Hi English students, this is Miss Newman, and it's time for us to talk about the research paper for this English 101 class. A research paper requires outside sources of information, so that could be books, articles, videos, interviews, etc., to fully argue a stance on a particular topic. Notice I'm okay with most outside sources as long as they're reliable sources. So the median within they exist. So like it could be a documentary, an interview that you found on YouTube, depending on what your topic is. It could be that an online source is a better source for you versus the traditional print book. So if you're not sure if a source is reliable, just ask and feel free to send me information about the source and I can check whether or not it's a reliable source. But our textbook has examples on how to cite every kind of source. So if you need help finding the citation example, I'll help with that as well. But you're using your outside source to argue a stance on a particular topic. Every source that is utilized must have both an in-text citation attached to the sentence that has the source's information. So, for example, if the author's last name was Bowden and you found the information on page 45 of a book, that's how you do the in-text citation. But you'll also have a citation on the works cited page. So you need both the in-text citation and a works cited page to give credit to your outside sources. This research paper must include at least 2 outside sources, and that's the minimum. So of course, if you find 3 or 4 sources, you can definitely use those as well, but I'm looking for at least 2 outside sources. I'm checking to make sure you can do citations for this assignment. A really good example in your textbook, of course, we've got the MLA example on 192 for you to use for the heading and all that you did the first paper, but the best example for works cited pages would be page 199 in your textbook. Notice the citations are double spaced. The title works cited is at the top and centered. Also, notice they're in alphabetical order. That's really important for this assignment as well. In your textbook, there's examples on how to do citations for anything. See, here's a personal letter, email, blogs, websites. This is a really helpful one for your websites. You can do the entire website, but I would just flip around and see, depending on what source you're using, will determine which pages you need. Here's a basic entry for a book, for a print book and ebook, databases. I mean, they've got everything in here. So you will need to have the citation as well as that in-text citation. The rough draft is going to be due Wednesday, March 22nd by midnight in discussions. Just like we did for the first paper, you're going to have peer review on your rough drafts. And then your final draft is going to be due Wednesday, April 5th by midnight in the week 8 content folder. And that's the draft that I'm going to grade, the final draft. Notice you do have quite a bit of time on this assignment. That's because the research paper is the longest paper you're going to write for this class. It's worth 30% of your final grade, so it definitely carries the most weight of all of your papers as well. The research paper should be at least 1,000 words in length, and that does count your works cited page and those in-text citations. So notice I didn't tell you what topic to choose. You get to choose the topic you're genuinely interested in researching. This is an open topic research paper. Therefore, you get to choose, honestly, what you want to know more about. So genuinely choose the topic that you want to know more about, that you're genuinely interested in researching, and that's going to make this a much more entertaining paper to write and to read. You will turn in an outline, a topic proposal for this assignment, and I'm going to review those and let you know if you're going in the right direction. But just know that you'll be able to have plenty of time to work on this as well. So if you're not sure if your topic is too broad or too narrow, you can always email me as well, and I'll be happy to give you direction and guidance as needed. Also, don't forget we have a fantastic writing center, and if you need help booking an appointment, I'll even help you book the appointment, but they can tutor you online or in person. And with a research paper especially, it's helpful to have that extra support and have the extra guidance that a tutor can provide. So please let me know if you need any help finding the writing center or booking an appointment. Your formatting is just like the other paper in that it's 12-point Times New Roman font, double space, and MLA heading and style. That's the exact same way we did the descriptive narrative essay. But notice this paper must have a works cited page. I can't repeat that enough. It must have a works cited page. When I say works cited page, I'm not meaning that it's just a list of website links. It needs to be finished citations. And your textbook has so many examples of how to do your citations, and I'm even willing to help you cite your source if you're not sure how to cite it. But you need to have finished citations. Your grade will be impacted pretty drastically if you do not have a works cited page, or if you only turn in a list of website links. It's much more than just copying and pasting website links onto a Word document. So if you're not sure how to do a citation, please feel free to ask me or work with your tutors at the Writing Center. I'd much rather you guys spend a little extra time on this or ask questions than to just turn in that list of website links or not have a works cited page at all. That's what's called plagiarism. And plagiarism is intellectual theft, and that's a very serious infraction. So let's just make sure nobody has any plagiarism within this paper. The final draft late submission rule is 10 points off every day late. That's for the final draft submission date. So just make sure you turn in your final draft Wednesday, April 5th or earlier, and you will not have any points deducted. All of your final drafts are going to be graded using the same grading rubric I used for the first paper that's listed on the Getting Started page, and it's also going to be scanned with anti-plagiarism software. So if you do use any outside sources, whenever you use outside sources, you must have that in-text citation at the end of the sentence. If you didn't know the information within the sentence before you read the source, put that in-text citation, the parentheses at the end of the sentence, and a completed citation on your works cited page. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I've got a spot down here for brainstorming and outlining. For those of you who like to take notes and kind of write out your ideas, please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help and happy to help. Thanks. Have a great day.